Hello. Hi. Welcome. It's me. You probably already know I am Katie. Tonight with the cast for the first cross-conference matchup for these teams, I believe. And at that, both the leaders for their conference, both tied, I believe, with 9 points. The Cedars 3-0-0-1, and the Ottawa Sparks 2-1-1-0. The Cedars off of a undefeated week against the Whitehorse Whiteouts. You're good, dead guy. And the Sparks having a pretty solid week as well. Some close games, both by one goal. Not with 1 win and 1 loss there. I think this is going to be a heavy-hitting matchup. I mean, you know, both conference leaders, Pacific versus Atlantic. Maybe a little head-to-head there, some storylines going on. I think they're very tight teams with great lineups, great drafts. I'm excited to see what we get into tonight. I'm expecting some high-quality plays, high-octane plays at that. Let me fix my mini-map for you guys. Sorry about that. What's that do for you? Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. All right. I mean, let's see who we have. I believe it's going to be the regular starting lineup. So we got. Okay, Dab's not on the starting lineup right now. Looks like it is going to be Zoob, Glenn, Madden, Bagel, and the Gold Trader. Gold Trader absolutely mogging me week 1 on our face-off matchup. I confuse the words. Great goalie, fantastic goalie. Glad he's getting some shine out in D1 in this season too. And for the Cedars, the away team, we have Sleepy in net with Owen Wonderboy, Marc-Andre Pinky, Big Gup, who I believe is Bubba, and Doug. Really looking forward to seeing that Owen and Bubba combo up front. Always does a great job. Always really like tight, interesting, chaotic plays. And obviously you have Doug as well, who's got a pretty good arm at punting that puck down towards the goal. Excited to see what they get cooking up there. And on the Spark side of things, looking for, you know, Paco, obviously, the star forward in my mind. Zub, a great playmaker. Madden Smash, you know, his first PHL season, and a pro one at that. A little bit of pressure there, maybe less consistency. We'll see if he starts, but looking to keep an eye out on him. He can do some pretty fierce moves out on the ice when he gets the chance. That's just working on that consistency, working on the mental, not getting distracted. And you know, Bagel, another, I believe a Napple transfer. Just fantastic, really smart skater. Also not to be underestimated in regards to his shot, as I learned week 1. Just great hands, great plays. Like I said, I'm excited to see this game. I think right now this is, you know, the top of each conference, showing off what they got, showing, you know, who's really got the moves in between the Pacific and the Atlantic. War of the Coasts, if you will. Gonna keep going on our warm-up. Mess around with the commands. What do we got going on? We got GT. My FOV is a little bit too low to have any value of doing this. But it's fun to do every now and then. Go chase around. Owen. Yeah! Look at this. Look at these beautiful jerseys by Flyfire, by the way. The detail, you can see the mesh on the jersey. God, what a beautiful job. I even added the audience this time, so it feels like there's people watching alongside y'all, so you don't feel too bad in the chat. And alright, here's some chat pings. Maybe it's like we're getting ready to vote to start. Let's get ready to get into this match. And the puck is dropped. Game 1 of the night goes to Bagel. Bouncing off of Paco's body, and Bubba with an early chance here. Tries to get around Bagel, swipes it up into the air. And speaking of swipes, Gold Trader gets a stick on it and swings it around. Zoob gonna pick that up for his own team, gonna skate it down ice for the Sparks. Let's get around Bubba there. And does a good job of doing that. Sends it right at Sleepy, almost lands behind his pads. I was trying to see if it would go in or not, but ends up bouncing just far enough out that Sleepy's not going to be worried about that as Doug gets the counterattack going. Puck drops Paco there to intercept and clean it up a little bit as Bagel gets it. We'll fight on the boards with Bubba there, but Bagel going to be the victor. That battle at the very least. Let's see who wins the war. Owen stripping it off a Bagel, sends it back. Zoob there early to pick it up. Bubba in wait. Zoob with a little cutting it up across the ice, sends it to Paco. Paco with a chance here, just has to get it past Pinks, and he does, but Sleepy. Great job of catching it and managing the rebound, but Paco's going to end up with it, though, looking dangerous for a moment, but Sleepy with a stick out to the side just in case. That one gets tapped back at the net. And we have two Sparks in the corner here. I've got a little skater slipping off the wall. Bagel going to pick it up for his own team. See if he can get it into Cedar territory, and he does. Sends it down Glenn in the corner to pick it up, rooms it around. Like that's going to fall into the hands of Paco. Whiffs on it a little bit, or maybe a fake there. Zoo picking up instead, so Paco can get that positioning. Brilliant play. And Paco goes for another shot there, Sleepy with a gentle stick. And already seeing some high-octane gameplay, seeing some smart plays, some fake-outs, some good passes. Some good shots, but even better saves so far for the goalies. Going for the check on Paco, not very successful though. Try and get position instead. This Glenn dekes through a few. Loses the puck though as Doug is able to get it for his own team. And a slight misstep. Takes that off the stick of Owen. Still going to chase it down low. Zoob tries to fight for it, but Bubba comes away with it. Has some options here. Sends it out into the middle, but threads the needle between his teammates. Nobody's going to pick that up right away. He's going to slow down a little bit. And speaking of threading the needle, like it's going to happen again, and Glenn's going to come away with it for the Sparks, but a quick tap from the Cedar stops that from getting much further. Bagel chased into the corner, has to get around Doug, and he does, up and over. Glenn's going to pick it up, has to get the puck out, and he does. Past Bubba, has to get it past Pinks. Paco has an option out front. Is he going to do it? He almost gets the shot on. Just above the net, but looking like a great chance for Glenn. A sneaky near post attempt by Zoob. Doesn't get the elevation he needs. Paco going for the wrap, but Sleepy doing a fantastic job keeping his composure and keeping track of the play. Owen trying to get it for his own team on the Cedars. Gets it through for a little while, but Bagel ends up getting the tap off, and Big Gut Bubba not able to get it through. Doug instead seeing if he can get a pass off. Zoob closing in. Pretty back and forth here, and Gold Trader stopping one of the low chances around the net as well. A really solid back and forth so far. Oh, and heals it just a little bit, loses the puck there, doesn't get the chance that he wants. Bubba tries to recoup for the Cedars. Sends it across to Owen. Bagel cuts it off, and it looks like the Sparks come away with the puck here. Then Paco. Pinks pushing up pretty aggressively there with some speed. Somehow doesn't get the puck, but that won't matter much right now as it is going confidently into the Cedar zone. Doug down low behind Sleepy. Goes for a long stretch pass, as he's known to go for. Goes past the teammates, but Bubba in position to pick it up. Looking like maybe a shot here or a cross-crease pass. Doesn't quite get to Owen. Gets broken up by the defenders. A scary chance if you're on the Sparks, but thankfully that one gets broken up. Bubba down low, chips it up, tries to get it past Bagel, but Paco's there to clean it up after the contact. Sends it down and fast. Glenn catches it on his stick. A beautiful play. Goes for the shot there, but wide. Would have been a highlight reel play if that went in, but still tightening the screws so far on the shooting for both teams here as they either not on net or not above the pads. Feeling each other out early in the first game of the night. About 30 seconds left in this first period. Still 0-0. We got Zoob off the wall, not quite getting it. Doug with a chance here. Maybe cuts it back, goes for the shot, but Gold Trader gets a stick out of the way, and he does it again off the rebound. Again, Sleepy and Gold Trader both really locked in, not losing track of the plays. Owen with a little bit of open space here could get dangerous. The shot, and Gold Trader perfectly dashes in the way. What a save. Gold Trader on fire in this first period. Got about 3 seconds left as the period comes to a close. I mean, both goalies doing a great job, but Gold Trader right at the end just looking fantastic as we were still 0-0 going into the second period. What a breather for both teams. Maybe adjusting their strategies and whatnot. See what they can they change up, or if they don't want to change anything, if they trust the current game plan. I take another sip of this delicious Renport Pale Ale, sponsored by the Renport Tradebreaker. Make sure you get you a sip and get you a click on that website. On the website, it's got good stuff on there. Glenn with an early chance goes for the shot. Looks like he just skims the top of the net there. Sleepy able to be there just in case. Passes out in front, but quickly denied by Pinks, as Bagel goes for a chance now, but quickly swarmed by some Cedars in the corner. Pinks up and over, going to send that one down to Zoob before Owen can pick up. Zoob, the captain of the Sparks, also, I believe, tied with Owl for most goals scored in a pug. As a fun fact there, as the puck gets sent down to Paco. Paco deking around a few defenders, tries to get a chance out, maybe a pass to Bagel, but there's too many sticks in the way, stops that from developing much further. A little bit of an awkward pickup there off the pass, but able to keep it for a second. Not getting the tape-to-tape pass he's looking for, though, as the play is going to slow down a bit. Sparks back in their zone, sending the puck high and across, out in front of Paco, but Sleepy just gets there a split second before, and does a good job of clearing the puck out of danger's way. With a few dekes of his own, getting through the neutral zone, drop pass to Doug. Doug cuts it around Glenn, looks what he can get done there. Chips it up, Bagel in the way, doesn't get the power. He needs to get the pass off to Bubba as Glenn goes for the counterattack. Doug in front, a little bit of a heavy touch there is going to mean Pinks picks it up. And a little bit of a misplay there, miscommunication. Either way, Bubba picks up for the Cedars, not too much of a disaster. Almost gets a through pass to Owen, which would have been real dangerous for the Sparks, but defender cuts off the pass. Good job reading the play as Glenn, another heavy touch. Loses the puck again, gotta focus on those handles. Glenn in the corner. Few options, rims it around. Dude picks it up, tries to get the puck out in front, but some sticks lifted up, almost bats it out of the air, but not going in that time. Looking dangerous for a brief moment. And a few potential highlight reel plays going on, but none of them really sinking yet. Just feeling each other out still. Trading chances, doesn't really feel dominant for one team or the other. I'm hoping for a close game. Close, but with a few goals in it. Don't want to go to 0-0 overtime. Nobody really likes that. Doug trying to get a shot there. A few defenders in the way. Rolls off of Zoob's body, I believe. As we get Bubba fighting for it in the corner. Doug on him too, but Paco's going to safely get it to Glenn. Glenn trying to get around Pinks. Doesn't quite do it. Gets a stick on it, but Bagel there to clean it up. Sends a light lob towards the net as Doug clears it into safety's hands. A long stretch clear means the play is going to slow down a little bit as Zoob picks it up in the Sparks zone. The home team for the night in a beautiful Ottawa, one of two fantastic teams from Ottawa. Bias towards the other one, but hey, maybe there is room in this town for both of us. As Bagel dekes back and forth, tries to pass it through, does get it to Glenn, right past Bubba. A very tight pass. Unfortunately, the play doesn't develop much further past that, but that was looking really pretty. Doug fighting back on that counterattack. Bubba picks up, tries to swing it to Owen. Bagel perfectly cutting the lane off. Great timing from Bagel there. Like I said, just a smart player. Bubba misses on the puck a little bit, goes to the cross crease. Owen bats it out of the air. Oh my god. I, for a split second, thought that was just rocketing right into the net. That was absurd looking. If I'm the gold trader, I probably got a little yellow puddle in my crease after that. As we get Paco sending it D to D to Zoob. Zoob dekes around Owen, cuts it back, goes for the pass, but looks like it's just going to fall to Pinks. This Bagel can get much done with it. Which he might. Taps it back behind him, not a lot of momentum to get there though. Paco closes it on Pinks, but Pinks is going to safely clear it down. Bubba trying to pick it up. Glenn loses the puck, turn over to Bubba. And he might have something here. Cuts it, passes it across, just out of the reach of Owen. Not going to get that pass through, but a great heads-up play by Bubba looking for the pass there. As it looks like he's going to get the puck again. 1 minute left in the second. Sends it back to Doug. Doug looking for a chance. Looks like a shot there. Just a bit too high there, Doug. And a little bit lower. That one might go in as we get Glenn trying to get this counterattack going. A few chances in a row for the Cedars, and the Sparks looking to get one of their own. Keep this game a little bit more balanced. Puck gets sent back to Zoob. Zoob gets it around Owen, but Bubba going to cut that lane off. And this could get ugly. Owen, puck drops down in front of him, dekes it back, fourth, shoots and scores! Taking the Cedars up 1-0. Coming off of a hot week, like I said earlier, 2 wins last week against the White Horse Whiteouts. And Owen doing a great job, deking back and forth, a little bit hard to read that close to the net, and just chips it above Gold Trader's pads. And it looked like the game was tilting a little bit towards the way of the Cedars, and it looks like it's continued that way as they win the face-off there. Beautiful shot by Owen. First overall pick in the D1 draft season 2. Wonder Boy, Wide Boy, and, you know, the puck barrier breaker, the first non-HQM player to be drafted in season 1. Got a lot going for him. Look, get a little distracted by chat. Glenn fighting for the puck there, trying to get before Pinks does, but Pinks is going to pick that up pretty safely. Bubba is out of his zone. Paco now able to catch up to it. As we go the end of period 2, about to enter this third period. Owen finally got a goal for the Cedars. Let's do a brief look. I want to look at Owen's stats so far. I'm not updated, but Owen with 12 points so far coming into this game. 6 goals, 6 assists, a plus-minus of 7. Pretty hard to beat. Beats Bubba by 1 point on points for the team. And, I mean, what else can you say? He's pretty good at putting the puck in the net. Glenn off the face-off here, looking for an early chance to drop past to Zub. Has to get around a few defenders if he wants to get a chance going, and he does. Owen just barely sneaking in to cut off that pass. Sends it back down low behind the net. Bubba there to pick it up for the Cedars. And the away team playing it down to the neutral zone. Dude picks it up for a quick counterattack though. Deeks back and forth a little bit, carving down the ice. Here's gonna be a chance. Oh, just a little bit right of the net, but that was a beautiful, quick chance. Could have really caught the goalie off guard, which is, you know, with goalies of this caliber on both sides, you really have to kind of cause a little bit of chaos or just be a little, you know, all of the D1 play is just going to be a little bit faster. So the goalies are no exception from that. Doug behind the net. Pink's getting in the way of Zub a little bit, stop him from applying any more pressure to that puck, as Owen's going to pick it up off the boards. A little bit of open space here, just goes for a regular shot. Sent down off the chest of Gold Trader. Almost looked like it tucked behind his pads for a second. I was getting scared, but safely gets cleared, and so far, Gold Trader keeping it to just 1. A little hit by Glenn on the Doug there. Zub with some open space. Sick might have gotten hit there, but that one's going to go heavily over the net. And Sparks not able to pick up the puck off of that clear. Come back. Get that play going again. 3.5 minutes left for the Sparks to get a goal to keep themselves in this game. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, and rim around to Doug. Doug almost loses it, but catches it before Paco can punish him for it. There's back and forth a little bit. Not much of a rush to get another play going. You know, you're up 1 goal in the third period. Obviously, you still want to get some points, but you're not desperate to get that play up the ice. Or isn't much of a rush, but the Sparks here really got to kick into high gear. 3 minutes left to get a goal. It can definitely happen, but with the right elements. You know, you got to have your guys forechecking, got to have good passes, got to have your guys open, got to have a good game plan. See if they can do just that. Big goal. Has to fight Owen for it. Sends it up. Glenn open in front. Can he get it done? Almost does. Sleepy backwards getting a tap off of his pad. I thought that really could have been it, but Sleepy gets a miracle save there off of the rebound. Owen tries to get it passed through, but Zub's going to cut it off pretty easily. Go to the telegraphed play there. Great job by the defender to read it. We get a pass to Paco. Paco gets it around some of the defenders, passes it across to Zub. Maybe a shot, but Sleepy in the way again. Sleepy, I mean, both goalies on fire tonight. You know, Gold Trader ended up letting that one to Owen, but it's a little bit... Oh, there you go, with another save. You know, you can't fault yourself too much if it's, you know, Mr. Number 1 pick shooting on you. It'll happen to the best of us. You know, no goalie gets only shutouts. We don't got Zebra in the league anymore as we get Paco in his own zone, picking the puck up there. Peeks back and forth a little bit, has Bubba coming up on him and a few other defenders. Looking for a shot there, but Doug does a fantastic job of cutting off the play with the stick. As Glenn's going to pick it up, loses the puck out in front. Play's going to die down pretty fast. Owen looking for the counterattack here, tries to get it around to Zub, but Zub plays it perfectly, ends up getting the puck in his own hands. And fumbles it there, though. Could have been really dangerous. Bad turnover by Zub. Right in front of Owen. Don't want to be doing that. But thankfully, no goal scored, and the Sparks back in it. Peeking back and forth. Paco in the neutral zone has to get around Bubba. Looks like he does. A few bounces off of the shot, but No luck rolling the dice that time. It's not going to go on net. Owen in his own corner, Paco pressuring. Just a long clear. Doesn't have to do much else with it. 1 minute left. Gold Trader going for a clear of his own. Gets it to Zoo, but Pink's kind of cutting off that play. He tries to put it further up the ice, but Glenn's going to win that battle. Glenn tries to get around Owen. Owen manages to get a stick on it, but not before Paco can get in position to catch it up. And a fight behind the net. Zoob closing in. Gets the body in the way, but looks like Bubba's going to get that. 40 seconds left. And it is do or die in this first game for the Sparks. Got to just fully go for the offense. You know, I don't know if you pull the goalie or anything, but you're really hoping you get that goal in. The clock is ticking down, and you gotta do something. At least they're defending, keeping it to 1 goal. Owen steals it off of Glenn. Owen getting around Bagel as well. Gets a cross-crease pass, but not quite the placement he needs. Bubba parked out front where he always is. But not going to get the goal in that time. 10 seconds left. And it's looking like this one might go in favor of the Cedars unless we get a miracle 3-second play here. But not looking like that's going to happen. And that is going to be GG. Game 1 going to the Cedars. Just an absolutely stacked team. Dabs doing a beautiful job with that first overall draft pick. And, you know, with it not being a snake, it's helping them a real good amount. And, you know, really doing a great job utilizing all the players, all that fun stuff. But honestly, I think next game could go either way. There's a little bit of downtime. Assessing your game plan, talking about what went right, what needs improvement, what you want to change. And, you know, the Sparks are a talented team. Regardless of which way the game goes, I'm expecting it to be pretty close. Beautiful job by the Gold Trader. Beautiful job by Sleepy. Shout out the goalies. And let's see what we got going on in the chat. I think they're saying the server was laggy. Got some leaves and rejoins. Whew. I don't have any, I like barely set up my OBS for the stream. I don't have a lot of cool fun graphics to pull up, so we're kind of just hanging out here. Hope you'll have a nice night. Nice weather out there. Oh, it's dark out now, but summer, little cool evenings, pretty spiffy. Microwave some tacos later, I think. Yeah, you can let me know what dinner is. Let me know what the move for dinner is, guys. I think everybody's kind of taking turns leaving and rejoining, maybe trying to fix some ping disparity. I'm always microwaving shit. Listen, I got a lot going on this week. I got to move on Saturday. I got to pack. I haven't packed anything. Got to stay on the move. Whew. It's actually probably what I'm going to do after I stream this. I'm just going to go put shit in boxes. Let's put it back on my own cam. Wonder Boy. Bald Eagle. That American flag. This guy loves the USA. Gold Trader. No flag on his jersey. Be from anywhere. I'll stop goofing around. Looks like we're ready to start. I'll drop a vote start there. Get ready for the second game of the night. As an Orbit player, I'm rooting against the Sparks, but as a fan of the PHL, I hope we just have a great game. Early shot almost goes in, but Gold Trader doing a beautiful job getting the pads down and getting positioned perfectly. Stop that one from going in. Just another early chance for the Cedars. Passes it out to Doug. Doug looking to get around Paco. Almost does, but looks like Bagel's going to close in. Bubba went a little bit of a battle behind the net there. He can get the pass out front. Almost gets it to Doug, but Paco getting a stick in the way. Does it down to Glenn. Glenn picks it up. Has to get around Pinks if he wants to get this shot off. And he goes for it. Low shot. Pretty fast, but not a lot of elevation there. Sleepy's just going to get the pads down and in the way, and that one's going to be saved pretty easily. Well, sent across. Glenn picking it up as well. A little bit of an awkward reception there. Kind of needs to turn over back to Doug. Doug wasting no time. Tries to lift it up in the air for his teammate, but Paco gets the stick up and just knocks it right out. Beautiful heads-up play by Paco there as Glenn goes for this attack. Burrs back and forth. Deeks in, Deeks out. Chips it across just a little bit wide, but beautiful chance from Glenn, and hoping to see more of that from him this game. A few deflections off that shot. Not going to go much higher off the ice. Not really going to be on net as we get Zoob closing in here, looking to get another attack for the Sparks. Glenn might need to go to the blue 10 after that one. Got decked pretty hard, but it looks like he's back up on the ice. He'll shake it off. Bagel in the home team's zone. Little cross pass to Zoob. Zoob, a quick deke to get around Doug. Doug's still catching up, though. No free chance for Zoob here as he looks for a teammate. Sends it up and over. Bagel's going to be there. Maybe has Glenn back right. But looks like Bubba's going to cut off that play before Bagel can get much of a pass going. Glenn there to keep it going for the Sparks, but not a lot of success. As Bubba's going to get it for the Cedars. Rocking that counterattack. Gets it to Owen. Uh-oh. Owen and Bubba, dynamic duo, dekes it back and forth, doesn't get the finish. And Gold Trader thanking his lucky stars that that did not go how Owen planned. Looked like he might have gotten around those pads, can't quite tell from the angle, but a little bit of a fumble there from Owen. Nobody's perfect. He goes for another chance there. Gold Trader, beautiful save. In position for the rebound, but that one's going to go above the net. And Gold Trader doing a great job keeping his team in this game. We get about halfway through the first period of game 2 of the night. The first game going to the Cedars, 1-0, no overtime. Doug sending it down for his team. Gets it to Owen. Wants to fight Bagel here if he wants to get anything going, though. Drop pass. It could end up falling into the hands of Doug. Doug gets around Zoob. Sends it, bounces off of somebody, but Bubba's still in the way. But not the angle he's looking for, though. Kind of hard to get it on net in a meaningful way there as we get Paco. Oh, decked by Bubba there. And Glenn losing it in the corner a little bit. Gives it up to Owen again. I believe that's the second time this game we've seen Glenn lose it to Owen. Maybe Owen using some mind control tricks, or he's just whispering something over VoIP that I can't hear, but something's up. Something's in the water. As we get Zoob, a few calm dekes through the neutral zone, has Owen in front. Goes for a regular shot there, but Sleepy gonna confidently get in the way of that one. Nothing too dramatic as Doug, again, really quick on these counterattacks, not wasting any time, and I think that's the key to this D1 gameplay, as we see another hit behind the net there, is that it feels faster because there's just less downtime. You're seeing more tape-to-tape passes. You're seeing more people. Gold Trader with a beautiful save there. Bagel with a great tap out of the crease. That would have been ugly otherwise, but you know, you see players not wasting a lot of time in transition. Good dekes, not just kind of having the puck fall off of them. It happens a little bit, but it's no, it's what you love about D1 gameplay, is that the back and forth feels really satisfying. Get Bubba, you know, the puck, tries to get it across to Owen. Looks like he does. Owen with a few dekes, gets around to Paco, goes for the shot, but Bagel's sticking the way. Bagel doing such a fantastic job tonight of reading the play, getting in the way when he's able to. And let's see if he can get it done on both ends. He got a goal against me in the first week. A beautiful top corner shot. You know he's got it in him, and looking to see him get another. Sent down ice. Pinks tries to pick it up, threads the needle between Pinks and Glenn. I'm going to get it first in the corner, tries to send it back to a teammate, but Owen cutting the play off. Not very successfully, though. Paco going for a shot, but two defenders closing pretty fast. Get their sticks just immediately in the way. Not much you can do there if you're trying to get the attack going. As we got Zoob, puck bouncing off the wall. Neutral zone, sends it through, long, low pass. Bagel going for a shot here, low and wide. Looked like it's a little bit open, but Sleepy didn't have to be there if the puck's not going to go on the net. One on the counterattack, a high, clear shot. Okay, low time on the clock, I guess, trying to get the puck off him just in case. And a 0-0. Again, can you believe it? Yeah, best of both conferences so far. Pretty back and forth. I mean, it's not for lack of pretty good chances, but I think so far in this game we're seeing less of those quality, like, passing plays, those shots, less bombastic saves from the goalies, at least in this first period. And it slowed down a little bit. The both teams reading each other maybe a little bit better, kind of stopping as many, you know, breakaways and stuff from happening. Early puck launched back in the Cedar zone. And you know, it's a hard read, this game. Dug up and over. I feel like it's easy to just kind of have Cedars as the favorite, as they've just had so much success lately, but the 1-0 win, it's especially in puck, it's really It's not convincing to me. I think the Sparks can still pull away with one here. Bubba going for a shot there. It's like not quite on target. Bubba's going to do a little hurdle over the net. Some style points as Zoob's going to skate it across the logo. Some open space here. A little bit of a gap left by the Cedars. Zoob going to capitalize off of it. A beautiful shot. Sleepy not biting too early. Going to be in the way of the puck without having to do too much. A really good read by Sleepy there. Zoob's pretty tricky as well with his attacks. He's kind of hard to read sometimes. So, you know, beautiful job keeping the eye on the puck, keeping the eye on the body as well. And seeing where he's trying to go with it. Bagel. Stretch clear into the zone. Fighting for it behind the net is Paco. Paco may be able to cut it back out in front, but Pink's just in the way. Sleepy doesn't even have to make a save. Bagel tries to get it past Owen. Not much success there, but Glenn able to get a stick on it, but not much else going. Zoob, however, able to send it down, but just these sticks in the air are killing both teams so far. It's just people have gotten so good at kind of batting it out of the sky. A cheeky little shot from Glenn. Sleepy tucks his pad over, though. And you know, it feels like it's harder to just get like a long shot going because you're going to just have people pulling a lettuce and just whipping their stick in the air at it. And it's, you know, less saves to the goalies, a lot more saves with the skaters, even with the removal of the groin. As we get a nice shot and an even better rebound from Paco. Bounces high off of Sleepy, I believe. And way to capitalize. Paco sneaks up, reading the play pretty well. Kind of parks there. Yeah, bounces high off of Sleepy. Paco, instant response. And a great goal to bring the Sparks up 1 goal here. And Owen trying to respond as quick as he can. Goes for a shot, but Gold Trader stops it low. And, I mean, like I said, just a great play. It's not like, it doesn't feel like a fluke or anything. It's just, you know, Sleepy made a pretty good save. The rebound went out in the direction of Paco, and Paco did a great job of putting himself in a good position, and he capitalized on it instantly. Great job by him. Owen has a few defenders on him, looking to do it all himself, unless he can get it to Bubba. Almost does, but gets intercepted a little bit there. If that goes through the Bubba, I would bet good money that that one goes in. Sleepy steps out of the crease a little bit, sends it up to his team. Not an instant play, but is going to fall back to Pinks. There's like a Bubba trying to cut in for it, and he does. Paco in the way, however. And we're about 2.5 minutes into this second period. Sparks up 1, looking to see if they can keep it. You know, I feel like Sparks on the position that the Cedar were in last game where, you know, there's a little bit less time pressure to, you know, get the puck up the ice, get as many chances as you can. Not that it felt like any team is doing that, but, you know, you have like some tentative breathing room in this game. A high shot. Looks like Gold Trader might have hit it when he jumped up. Great literal heads-up play there from GT. Paco bounced it off the wall. Manages to keep it. Sneaky little play from him, but Owen ends up winning the battle eventually off those boards. Passes it across to Bubba. Bubba not quite in position to receive it. Almost had a great play there. And, you know, maybe you're feeling a little bit uneasy if you're on this Sparks team, as Owen and Bubba, the dynamic duo up front, have gotten some really close chances, just not quite finishing on those passing plays, not getting the tape-to-tape with the proper finish. But if they keep getting those, one of those is bound to go in. You'd be worried. But Pac with some open space here, goes for a shot. Just a little bit wide right of the post. Sleepy getting a stick there just in case. And both teams with some nice chances going into the second period. You know, I feel like the pace has picked up a little bit. Goal went in. People realize that scoring goals is possible, no matter what's going on with the game. Paco with a nice pass up to Bagel. Bagel, a little bit of an awkward tap there, but buys some time for Zoob to run up. As Zoob has the passing option, gets it across. Zoob tries to get a beautiful save by Sleepy, dashing in the way and getting the stick to break up the pass. That was looking like a certain goal for the Sparks, but Sleepy, great job reading the play. Keeps it. Just 1-0 for the Sparks. As we get Owen skating up for his team. You guys surround him, tries to get it cross ice, and he does. Pink's there to pick it up. Looks like he's gearing up for a long shot, goes for it, hits the top of the net, but doesn't drop down soon enough to be a threat for the Gold Trader. Cube sends it up ice. It's going to slow down and go into Cedar territory, the away team for the night. As we get Doug with about 10 seconds left, just trying to get it down ice. Owen picks it up. One last chance for the second period. Maybe he gets something going here. But Bagel gets the stick in the way. Bagel, the bane of Owen's existence tonight. And you know, I can foresee this going to a 1-1 overtime, provided the Cedar kind of clean up some of their finishing. Because it really feels like a goal could happen for either team at any moment. Sparks did a great job keeping their heads in the game. Looks like we got Big Brubba in the server as well. Shout out to Featherith. Get a vote kick going for them. All right. Third period of the second game of the night. Paco with the puck early, looking to get it down there, but Pink's going to pick it up in his own zone, rims it down low to Big Gup. Big Gup Bubba wins it off of Glenn. Has a little bit of room to carry it here, has to get around Bagel, and he does. Pink's there to receive the pass, looking like a shot. Goes up in the air, beautiful save by Gold Trader, and the defenders break it up before the rebound goes out to... I forgot who picked it. Anyways, Paco has it now, pass out in front of Bagel. Doesn't quite connect. Would have been a really threatening chance otherwise. Sleepy taps the puck up for a teammate there. Maybe tapped a little bit too hard as Zoob's going to pick it up there. A minor goalie misplay, but not punished too hard. Glenn picking it up there. Looks like Zoob might catch it up. Or Pinks does. At least they fight for it. Zoob battling real hard with the puck. Zoob known for... Oh! Uh-oh. That was a little bit of an oopsie by Sleepy, I think. Jumping up in the air. Went around, went for the wrap. Yeah, the puck went underneath him. I'm not sure what he was going for. Maybe trying to jump up so the puck didn't, rebound off of him. But that is going to lead it to a 2-goal lead for the Sparks. Sort of an awkward moment for Sleepy. Maybe stepped on a spring pad or something. Maybe saw a rat underneath him and leapt up in fear. Yeah, Owen trying to get his team back in the game. And he almost does. Gold Trader doing a fantastic job dashing back to get that toe of the pad on the puck there. Doug turns around pretty fast. Bubba going to pick it up. And you got to start scoring goals pretty fast if you're on the Cedars and trying to get 2 wins in the night. And a confidence booster for the Sparks, I'm sure, going up 2. It's not a guaranteed lead, but one you can feel a little bit more comfortable with, given how hard it feels to score on puck most of the time. A bat in the air down into the Cedar zone as Pinks behind his net, going to pick it up. And for his options, sends it up the boards to Owen. Owen loses it to Zoob, though, and sent up by Pinks. That was Paco, not Pink. Oh. Bagel a few deeks, trying to get it down to Glenn. Hail Mary. Looks like Paco's going to get it a shot off, but just low and slow. Not going to be what he needs to put it in the net. Sleepy easily going to save it with the pads there as that gets sent back out into the neutral zone. Zoob, yeah, likely going to take a little bit of time now before he gets those touches. Sends it up to Bagel off the wall. Oh, why not take a little bit more time with it if you're up 2? Good save by Sleepy getting the pads down. Glenn sends it down low. Paco to Glenn out front. A beautiful back and forth, but not the finish that they need. But, water under the bridge. You still got that lead. About 2.5 minutes left in the game. And Doug on the counterattack. Known for his long shots. Maybe he'll go for one here. But can't quite get it past Paco. Pink's going to strip it off before Glenn's able to get it. Looking for a teammate before he closes in. Sends it up a little bit short, but Doug's able to pick it up. Loses the puck out in front, though. Looking real ugly, but thankfully nothing really comes of it. Paco trying to get it around the net. Having Sleepy dance in the crease, but nothing sent on the net quite yet. That one's going to get blocked before it gets to the crease. And Paco in the offending corner. Brings it back to his teammate. Like Zoop goes for a pass, but nobody really there. But it works in their advantage as the clock continues to tick down. 2 minutes left. Or I guess a minute 50 left. Puck gets sent up on the boards. Zoop going to knock it out wide. Looks like Glenn might pick this up. Another chance here possibly. Has to fight Doug for it. Owen closing it as well. Bubba also. And Bubba, speaking of, is going to pick up the puck here. Has Paco to get around. Bounces it off the boards. Keeps it pretty safe. But has to get that puck out if he wants to get some goals going fast. On a few deeks, whiffs on it there, unless he's going for some advanced fake technique. Teeter going to keep the puck. On the blue line, sends it down to Owen. Owen looks for a pass. Sends out in front. Doug with the puck. A little bit of room here, but the shot blocked by the Sparks' bodies. Sent out in front. Bubba jumps up. Drops off his body. Almost came out there with a rebound or a goal or something, but not quite. Paco deeks around Pinks. Goes for the shot. Sleepy getting the pad in the way. Good job, Sleepy. Big goal in the back corner. Loses it. Paco leaves the stick down there for his teammate to pick it up. A high shot, but batted out of the way by Pinks, I believe. Beautiful play by Pinks, turns into a pass. And a beautiful shot from Bubba, but Bold Trader doing a just absolutely demonic job in the crease. Stops that one from going in. Bubba gonna be kicking himself for not sinking that one. 30 seconds left, down 2. You're in danger for sure. 25 seconds left, cross crease pass. Len trying to get it there, ends up coming away with it eventually. Owen can't strip it off him. Owen with about 18 seconds left, has to get a shot immediately. Stay up with the pace of the game. Goes for the pass there, Bagel. Again, the Owen killer. I like Glenn's name. About 3 seconds left in the game. This is looking set in stone. Trading regulation wins for the night. We have the first game going 1-0, regulation 2, the Cedars. Game 2, a little bit more high scoring. Maybe one due to a fluke, but the other goal is good as gravy. Sparks coming out 2-0 in the second game of the night. Good performances by both teams, great plays. Not the level of like finishing on some of the plays, some missed passes and stuff like that. It's early in the season, you're figuring out the chem. But overall impressed with both teams. Both goalies just did an absolutely fantastic job. Credit to both of them, and trading games is a beautiful way to spend the night. Both teams get a win. I feel like that leaves them tied as, both still likely the conference leaders for the Pacific and the Atlantic. But don't mind my yapping. I believe that's going to be all for us tonight. Thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you to the players. Thank you to the viewers. Thank you to the PHL. And I wish you good night and good puck.